Hi, I'm Tati, and this is what I read in July. And that includes what I read during the reading rush, so let's get right into it. First up is Time Between Us by Tamara Ireland Stone. This one is a young adult time travel romance contemporary story. I really had a lot of fun reading this one. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. Next up is 1,000 Pieces of You by Claudia Gray. This is the first book in a young adult sci-fi series about alternate universes. I really enjoyed this whole series the first time I read it, which according to Goodreads was back in 2015. Anyway, this was the first time I listened to this book as an audiobook, and I did enjoy hearing the different accents. However, I don't think I enjoyed it as much as I did the first time I read it. All that being said, I did leave it at its original 4 out of 5 star rating that I gave it. Next up is Forgive My Fins by Tara Lynn Childs. This one is a YA fantasy contemporary twist on The Little Mermaid. I did enjoy this one. It had a lot of fun elements and I thought it was a cool twist on the story. However, I'm kind of picky when it comes to mermaid stories or The Little Mermaid story specifically because it is one of my favorites. This one was just missing certain elements that I would have liked to see, and the main character did annoy me just a little bit at the beginning of the book. So I ended up at a 3 out of 5 star rating for this one. I am also on the fence if I should continue with this series, so let me know if you've read it what you think of the series in the comments. Next up is The Stars We Steal by Alexa Dunn. This one is a YA, maybe NA, I think the main characters are 19? Sci-fi take on Persuasion by Jane Austen, and I really had a lot of fun reading this one. It has the perfect mix of light sci-fi and conflict and romance that I enjoy in a sci-fi story. I gave this one 4 out of 5 stars. For my classic read this month, because I am trying to read a classic every month, I decided on Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte, and I did listen to this one as an audiobook. It's a story that I was somewhat familiar with because I had seen an adaptation and read an adaptation of it before, so I kind of knew how the plot was going to go. On the one hand, it was a bit long, and there were some parts that were a little weird without getting into any spoilers. But on the other hand, I did really love Jane as a character, and I really enjoyed the writing style of the book, so I gave this one 3 out of 5 stars as well. And the last book I read in July was Little Fires Everywhere by Celeste Ng. This is the book that got the most votes on my poll about what I should read for one of the challenges of the reading rush, and so I did end up reading it. I kind of sort of read it a little bit as an ebook before switching over to the audiobook. And if you want to know more about why I did that, you can check out my Reading Rush vlog. But overall, I'm really glad that I was able to finish it during the reading rush because it was a really interesting story. I did find the beginning a bit slow. However, the story does get more engaging as you continue reading it, and as you continue reading it, you realize why the beginning has to be the way it is. Anyway, I ended up on a 4 out of 5 star rating for this one. And that's everything I read in July. Let me know in the comments what your favorite reads of July were, or what you thought of any of the books I talked about. I have new videos every Tuesday and Friday, so subscribe if you'd like to see more. Thanks for watching. Bye. Next up, I put a 3 and I'm on 2. No. Bye-bye.